when I made The Agronomist, when I began trying to make a documentary that wound up being called The Agronomist, I wanted to do a portrait film of arguably the most fascinating person I'd ever met, Jean Dominique, a Haitian radio journalist who was committed very actively to social change in his country. And we became very good friends while I was filming interviews with him. And then geography and other things prevented us from continuing. So I had many hours of interviews with Jean, and they were sitting on a shelf. And our friendships remained. And then he was assassinated a few years later. And at the time of his killing, I felt that it was very important for me to try to complete this portrait. Now that his voice had been silenced by assassins, I happened to have him on film, his voice saying many, many, many things. So I thought that it was a way for me, I guess, to deal with my grief at having such a good friend murdered, and it was also a way to keep his voice alive somehow. So it was a very, 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 very intense experience to make that film. It wasn't finished with an eye towards it being shown, in cinemas or shown on television or anything. It was just to get that film done. That's what you do essentially with any documentary. I think you can't go forward saying, this will be on television someday, this might be in film festivals. You've got to have a subject that you feel is really important and a very valuable subject to document for whoever might see it under who knows what circumstances in the future.